ADHD shutdown can hit out of nowhere. 1 minute you're coping, the next you're stuck. I'm Kat Scare, a counsellor and psychotherapist here in the UK, specialising in neurodivergence, trauma and sleep. And I want to explain what's actually happening in your brain during those moments of shutdown. What does ADHD shutdown look like? Have you ever had one of those moments at work when you may be working on a task that you've worked on every day, something that becomes really natural to you, but suddenly, this one day, everything freezes. The brain just won't allow you the information you need to know what to do next, what to say. It's like everything is frozen in that moment in your brain and all around you, and you're stuck. Have you ever found yourself with tangled thoughts? Your mind is jammed. You can't move through, can't go back, can't go forwards. It's like one big mess, like a big ball of wool all knotted up, and it just won't connect. The thoughts are everywhere, flying at 50 miles an hour maybe, but they just won't connect. You may notice sensory overload. Everything becomes too bright, too loud, too itchy. You may notice emotional spikes or emotional dysregulation. 1 minute crying, 1 minute snapping, 1 minute wanting to scream, and one moment just wanting quiet and shut away from everywhere. I'm going to explain why this happens. When I'm working with clients, I explain it with a metaphor. I'm going to talk about a part of our brain called the amygdala. This is a fantastic part. It's a press the button in case of emergency, and it's really useful when we need this. However, with ADHD shutdown, it gets triggered too early. So if we imagine in our brains we've got a room, it's full of soldiers, they've got their armoury, their weapon, they're ready to fight a battle for us. However, with ADHD shutdown, the doors fling open too early. The soldiers fly out, they're ready, they're protecting us, they're ready for battle. However, there is no battle to be had. Our thinking brain gets pushed aside. This isn't laziness, it is protection. Your brain is doing its job. The amygdala is working, just at the wrong moment. I'm going to talk about a few ways that might help you during these situations. I'm going to talk about sensory overload. You may notice that things become too bright, too loud, too itchy, too much. So we need to lower this sensory load. Turn the lights down, pop some sunglasses on, remove yourself from the noise, put some earplugs in, anything to reduce that sensory overload. Move your body. It may sound really simple, but this is a fantastic technique for ADHD overwhelm. The physical movement with the body helps to disconnect from the brain overwhelm. It helps to ground, to regulate. Many of my clients find the gym so helpful in moments of ADHD overwhelm. Some like to walk, some like to jump on the spot. But whatever you do, any simple movement is a way to ground yourself in that moment. Shrink the task. You may be working on a task that's given you overwhelm. And sometimes we want to do everything all at once and 110%. But sometimes we have to break these things down to bite-sized pieces to make them more manageable. So if you're working on one work task, for instance, break it down into at least 4 segments, if not 8. Each segment then becomes more manageable, easier to get through, easier to complete, and the reward system within ourselves and our brain of completing each one will be grounding and regulating for ourselves. So whilst it may sound simple to break a task down, it's incredibly useful during ADHD overwhelm. Another way is to name what's happening. Again, this may sound really simplistic, but our brain does not see what's happening. We need to give it the information to feed it. It's overwhelmed, it's frazzled, it's burned out. We need to calm it, to tell it, it's okay, but I'm not feeling so great for something like at work. I may be really overwhelmed. I just need to give my brain that information. I need to say, I'm not feeling okay. I'm stressed at this task at work. I just need to take a moment out. Saying those things for yourself is really regulating. A powerful way to work with the amygdala is to name something, to say it out loud. Whether you say it out loud like I'm speaking like now, or you say it in your mind, either way, say it, name the overwhelm. What's happening? I might be stressed at work. I might be really anxious about an appointment. I might be really anxious about a relationship or a friendship, but name it. Because speaking those things out aloud to your brain is really important. It's grounding, it's regulating, but most importantly, it's a way to communicate with the amygdala. It's a way to assure it, you know what? The doors don't need to fling open. I haven't got an emergency. I'm okay, I've got this. I just need to work in this moment with it. Finally, external regulation. This can come in many forms. Body doubling. If you've ever heard of that, this involves doubling up with somebody and working on a task together. So let's say you've got ADHD overwhelm from a task at work. You worked with a colleague, you work together on something, and you support each other through that. Having that external validation from someone else is really important in these moments. Timers are a fantastic part of this. We all have them on our phones, our watches, but they're really useful when it comes to regulating ourselves. It ensures that we have the relevant and right time for everything, because during ADHD overwhelm, we may lose track of time. So for instance, if you've broken a work task down to 8 segments, you may say, I'll give one segment 10 minutes. But putting a timer on ensures that you only do 10 minutes. You don't have time blindness where you're going to lose accountability of the timing and you're going to lose track of what you're doing. You may end up overwhelming yourself by making a segment into more than 10 minutes. So having a timer on for 10 minutes is really important to make sure you do just that. You could also put a timer on for 1 minute afterwards, just to have 1 minute of quietness, 1 minute to go to the toilet, maybe 5 minutes to go for a coffee, anything that just gives you a regulation of time. It's really important we give ourselves gentle compassion during these times. Gentle accountability, just confirming we're okay. Again, speaking to ourselves, I'm fine, I've got this, I can get through this, I've done worse, I can get through this moment and I'm going to get there. Just giving ourselves reassurance is so important. You're not failing. Your nervous system is overwhelmed. If you'd like to explore this further, my next video looks into emotional intensity and dysregulation. And you're welcome to subscribe if you'd like more content around neurodivergence, trauma, and sleep.